Yo, can everybody hear me? Okay, I think I'm good. Actually, you know what? No, that's too big. Hold on, guys. I gotta find something smaller real quick. Hold on. Let me check something. Let me check something. Hold on, guys. I'm still getting set up real quick. Just give me 1 second. All right, give me 1 second. Let me set up. Let me set up. Yo, Mr. Xavion, welcome to the chat, brother. That's as high as I can go. No, I don't want to like bend down. Hold on. Uh. Nope. Hold on. Sorry, I'm still trying to get set up. I just built my PC today, finished getting everything set up, and your boy is struggling right now, trying to get all my connections back up and running. But I wanted to at least do like a live stream. Oh, I can't think of this shit right now. I'm trying to do a live stream tier list of all the Cuphead bosses that I played in the game so far. I mean, I beat the game already, but yeah, I mean, if you're just now getting here, Mr. Xavion, what's up? I see you. I see you, brother. We're finna get started in a little bit. Just give me 1 second. Okay, that should be better. Hey, yo, Sambino, welcome to the chat, brother. Yeah, man, we took me like 2 whole days just to finish like getting this fucking PC set up. I don't know if you guys can see it in the background. Hold on. See that beast right here? See that beast? That shit took me. So, okay, check me out. Check me out, right? Hold on, let me wait, was my no, it's just stuck like this. Whatever. Okay, but wait, hold on. Is that no? Hold on, let me fix it. All right, cool. So I started building my PC on Friday, so like yesterday. Well, no, 2 days ago. Tell me why I started from 10 in the morning and I finished all the way at 12 a.m. the next day. That shit was so many. You don't understand. Like, this is my first time ever building a PC, and I wanted to like really challenge myself because I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to buy a pre-build and then if something goes wrong, I'm gonna be a fucking idiot and don't know how to fix it. So I just decided, you know what? Let me just challenge myself, build my own PC, and when you build something, like, okay, this is what's supposed to go where, and you know what could go wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I built it, and I'm actually pretty happy with the results. I mean, I'll be good for a cool ass minute. So yeah, PC gang, brother. The PC master race. All right, we're gonna get started in a little bit. Just hold on. You give me like 2 minutes. I need to set up. Still set up. Actually, hold on. All right, there we go. Much better. All right, so we're finna get into the tier list for the Cuphead bosses. I'm also gonna be pulling up my YouTube videos as well, just because I need everybody to see the proof. So okay, we finna get started right now. So let's see, who do I want to start off with? So this is the what's that fool's name? I gotta look him up real quick. I don't remember everybody by heart, which is actually kind of sad because a lot of these bosses had like a lot of permanent damage done to me. But let's see, let's pull it up real quick. Okay, all Cuphead bosses. All right, I got the wiki pulled up right here. Wait, what? Okay, here. Okay, here we go. Let's get it. Let's get it. The root pack. Oh, so this is all one boss. I forgot. Okay, so this guy, we'll basically just call him. His name is Chauncey Cantonay. So let's see. This is what we'll start with. We'll pull up. Let's pull up the tube real quick. Let's see. Dashboard. All right, so we're gonna pull up. Actually, no, I'm gonna pull up all my Cuphead live streams real quick. All right. Yeah, we're gonna start from day one to see. I don't even know what I'm about to get into right now. All right, so we can go ahead and. Oh, no, this is part 7. I'm tripping. Why's that all the way down there? All right. Okay, so this boss right here, Chauncey Cantonay. So the thing is with this boss is, yeah, the root pack. We'll just call him the root pack. So the root pack, this is one of the first bosses I kind of fought in the game. And as you can see, like, they're not doing anything too crazy like how the other bosses are. But the thing I can say about this boss is that it's a very good like skill check. Cause you got the parry right there, and then the thing he shoots out of his mouth are speeding up. And he's like a 3-phase boss too. So a lot of what he's doing isn't like too crazy, but it's crazy enough as a like a beginner player to actually really kind of like struggle with. Like me, like I don't know how many times I struggled with this boss. Okay, it's a little bit. All right, yeah. So I don't know how many times I struggled with this guy, but he gave me a spanking. I ain't gonna hold you. You know what I mean? That's because I didn't have anything crazy. Like, okay, I didn't have roundabout. I didn't have crack shot because this is like the DLC. I haven't even like touched the DLC yet, but I didn't have roundabout or anything. So I was just kind of like blue balling it. But yeah, this guy actually gave me a run for my money the first time around. Didn't know how to use my supers like a scrub. Let's see, did I? Okay, so I got into him this time, and I think I lost. Did I lose this time? I'm gonna mute myself just in case I wasn't. Okay, yeah, I died that time. Okay, so that was the time I did beat it. So yeah, the onion's not really too bad. It's more so when you get to the carrot guy, when he starts shooting those beams and the carrots come at you. And I actually didn't know I could shoot the carrots. Oh, but I did have the smoke dash, which actually helped me out really good. So that's another thing you want to use if you're a new player. This is one thing you really want to use is the smoke dash. Like that's saved my butt so many times during these live streams. I'm not even playing with you. But yeah, I mean, that was pretty much this fight. Let's Like I said, he wasn't too crazy. I mean, that's what all the bosses feel like when you're not like, you know, when you're losing a bunch of times, you're like, oh man, like, fuck, dude, this boss is so crazy. Like, I don't know how I'm going to beat it. And see, look, knockout. But when you actually do like get into the nitty gritty of it, you can actually do some damage. You know what I'm saying? So let's see. Let's get back with this boss right here. He is going to be, I mean, he was kind of weak sauce just because of the fact of, yes, he was a beginner boss and I was a beginner player. But compared to all these other like powerhouses that we got down here, these guys, like this guy wasn't too crazy. So this guy was weak sauce, if you ask me. Yeah, it is. Okay. So the next boss that we got in here, I'm tired of these ads in tier list maker, bro. It's just like not cool. Okay, so the next boss here, we have this guy. Who is he? Goopy Leg Grande. Let's pull him up. Did I fight him in this live stream? No, okay. Okay, hold on. Let me skip. I mainly fought like the frog guys, but we'll get back to that when we get there. No, I didn't. Oh, okay. I fought him right here. Okay, so he starts off as like this little ball right here, and this is where I got the roundabout. So this is what really kind of saved me. Seeing there's I being a scrub right there. But yeah, so the roundabout actually helped really good into this fight. Because he is kind of bouncing around the map. And then I kind of wanted to parry those, but yeah, see, I didn't really know what I was doing. He's not too crazy. It's just more so you got to spam that roundabout. Scrub. You got to spam that roundabout, and he's going to be throwing you like a little fist and everything that you kind of got to like duck under, which I didn't know. And like I said, he was kind of a boss to where, he's not really like a skill check kind of boss, but he's more so one of those ones to where like, okay, you got to utilize some more mechanics, like the ducking under the attacks. I wasn't really utilizing that too crazy, so I could probably attribute it to some of my more like fatal kind of runs, I guess. But yeah, I mean, like I said, this fight wasn't too crazy. I did end up, I think I got him like on my, oh no, I had to whip out Miss Chalice for this one. That's how you know I didn't know what I was doing. When you got to whip out Miss Chalice, man, dude. I mean, he wasn't ready for the delicious last course. I'll tell you that much. But, you know, Miss Chalice, she came through, got it done. His mom really named him Goopy, then topped it off with Le Grande. Yeah, dude. Some of these people shouldn't be having kids, you know? But yeah, this fight, like I said, wasn't too crazy. You know, Miss Chalice pretty much gave him the beats. You know what I'm saying? We killed him twice. He's a tombstone right here. If I were to rank this guy, Goopy Le Grande, he's probably like, all right, hold on, chat. Let me cook. He's probably, he's weak. Just because he's not doing anything crazy. Like if you look at back at the video, he's literally just bouncing around. And then that's easy to dodge right there. Like I said, he's not doing anything crazy. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. Goopy Le Grande, he wasn't anything too crazy. Pretty much like a weak sauce fight. Oh, so okay, I'm gonna get to these frog guys because they're in this playthrough right here. This boss, I kid you not, gave me the most trouble I've ever had. Because think about it, this is one of those fights where you're facing two enemies and they're kind of doing a little too much, but it's manageable. See, like, okay, you got to dodge those balls right there. Then you got to make sure he doesn't blow you into the other guy. It's like this Cuphead is very multi-dimensional, I could say. And that's a good thing in the sense of if you know where to, like, how to look everywhere, then it's kind of like, okay, you could play to your advantage. But if you're not paying attention to certain things, then this fight will cuck you easily. Like me, I just got hit by the corn right there. Like I got cucked so many times in this fight. It's not even funny. Okay. I don't even know how many playthroughs I did of this. Okay. Wallop. I don't know how many playthroughs I did. I wonder if did I eventually, no. Okay. I lost right there. See, I had to go do some like side quests. I had to enter the delicious last course. And then who did I end up beating them with? As you can see, I lost so many times, bro. It's not even funny. Okay, where they at? Did I even end up beating them in this playthrough? I don't think I beat them in this playthrough, did I? Oh, no, I did. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, where I would probably rank, where I'd probably rank these guys. This is probably the fight that gave me my first, like, real challenge. Because, see, look, now everything's speeding up. And your boy was already fatigued at that point. Like, I was probably maybe, I would have been, like, at least 6+ runs into this fight. And I was legitimately getting my cheeks clapped, bro. Like, you don't understand. Like, okay, let me pull it up and then let me see the grief on my face. Hey, you see this? I didn't even know what kind of madness I was getting myself into. But if I were to rank these guys, I'd probably say they're pretty strong. Like, this gave me my first, like, real fight. Nah, I was being generous, too. Change the name of the highest tier to dedicated cheek clapper. Dedicated cheek clapper. All right, yeah, I'm game. Let's do it. So yeah, these guys, the Ribbian Croaks, they weren't really like anything crazy, but yeah, they gave me like my first real challenge. All right, who's next in this playthrough? Let's see. We're gonna be here for a while because I'm going through all the bosses that I beat. So yeah, we're gonna be here for a little while. I missed my stream yesterday, which I'm sorry, guys. But I at least wanted to get a tier list in today, which I'm actually glad I'm doing. So yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna be able to stream any Cuphead now just because I'm trying to get my PS5 like set up and everything, so it can, the signal will display, but I don't know how to do that with the, now that I got the PC is too much, man. But okay, now on to the next fight. Okay, Threatening Zeppelin. That's with, oh, her right here. So yeah, this is my first aerial fight, and I was not ready for this one. I'll tell you that much, chat. I was not ready for this. This is the first of many aerial fights that I've grown to hate. Because like I said, there's way too much going on. Miss Chalice really did save me this playthrough because she came in with 4 lives, and while Cuphead and Mugman came in with 3. So that gave me an extra chance to like actually win. The thing is with this fight, she wasn't doing anything too crazy. She has like the ha-has that she spits out. You have like the little fighter purple things right there, and then she'll spew out like a constellation. She'll turn into like one of the what is it? She'll turn into one of the constellations, so like a Taurus, and then Gemini, Sagittarius. These are actually pretty easy to dodge. It's just more so looking out for the main enemy, which is her, and then all those little fighter jets at the bottom. Okay, what phase did she go into where she was something else? Oh, I got walloped. Oh, okay, here it is. I think this was Gemini, if I'm not mistaken, and this fight wasn't anything crazy either. See, now you got that. There's so many things you got to look out for, guys. But yeah, for this fight, what was this bitch's name again? Hildeberg. I put her. She's regular. I mean, look, think about it. As a first aerial fight, yeah, she was strong for sure. But when you top that off with all the other ones to come, she's not that crazy. Like I said, I'm looking at comparing them to where I was and then to what I fought. So to her, she's not as crazy as the other ones. That's why I have her as a regular. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna change these tiers. Hold on. So this is A tier, B tier. Hold on. C tier, and then D tier. There you go. And then dedicated cheek clapper is its own. That's its own. That's its own tier right there. Think about this as like S tier. All right, so yeah, this fight, like I said, she wasn't crazy. Okay, this guy right here. What was his name? Cagney Carnation. He wasn't anything crazy either. I will say he is one of those bosses to where you have to kind of like, you know, you got to know like what's coming because he's doing many things at one time. See, so he's shooting all those things. He has the weeds coming up. So yeah, that's one of, and look at that. See, I wasn't prepared for that. So that's why I got cucked right there. But he's one of those bosses where he, like I said, you just got to watch for what he's doing. Because he's throwing many things at you, which are very like easy to dodge and are avoidable. Is this, you know, are you locked in or are you not? Like apparently right here, I wasn't locked in at all. Like I probably didn't get locked in until maybe my 4th or 5th time trying him. How many times did it take me to beat this guy? Yeah, it took me a couple of times to actually get him. Oh, I beat him with the Miss Chalice. Dude, I'm telling you, Miss Chalice, she carried me through this event, bro. She carried me like hard. She hard carried me through the whole game, if I'm being honest. You know, it's the delicious last course, guys. I don't know what to say. But yeah, if I were to rank this guy, Cagney Carnation, he's like another, I give him like the C tier. Just because he's also one of those bosses that wasn't doing anything too crazy, but crazy enough to where if you weren't ready for it, you were going to get caught. Like, no doubt about that. All right, now, like I said, guys, we're going to be here for a while. We're doing all these bosses right here, so if you're not locked in, get locked in right now, because I sure am. I forgot, I got my my Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Okay. Who's this? Already did Ruby and Croaks. Baroness von Bonbon. I gotta find out when I actually started fighting a lot of these bosses. You know what I should have did? So what I've been doing is I've been downloading all my boss battles and then turning them into like standalone clips, which I should have did. That would have been so much easier instead of just cycling through all these. Oh, but okay, here we go. Perfect. So she's actually a pretty crazy fight because she's one of the first fights in the second phase that I did. Or not in the second phase, the second island. Or isle, actually. And I can actually say, like, she was actually doing a lot right here. Because, you know, I was still trying to get used to, like, all these multi-phase fights, all these fucking, all these fights are just doing, like, a lot. So you got 3 things going on. You're trying to dodge that, trying to dodge this thing right here, trying to dodge the blue guy. Then you also got to watch out for those. And then when it gets to a certain point to where, you know, the whole cake just starts, like, coming back at you. See, look, you got to dodge all that. She got those heads coming at you. You got to watch out, be wary for all that. She's actually kind of crazy. She was doing a lot. I ain't gonna hold you. Where I would rank her at, I'd probably put her up there in B tier as well. Definitely not as crazy as Ruby and Croaks, but she was definitely on the same tier as Hildeberg. Yeah, she was the candy princess. She was actually up there for sure. Definitely better than these frauds down here. I will say this is the fraudulent tier list right here. Actually, no, instead of D tier, let's put frauds. That accurately describes these guys, frauds. No, yeah, it's good, guys. We're changing it up a lot. We're changing it. Okay, so now, okay, that was Hildeberg. No, Baroness von Bonbon. Who's next on this list? I know I did a lot of running gun stages in this playthrough. Okay, so this guy right here, what was his name? Dimji the Great. Dimji was kind of like another boss that was like another aerial fight. He was actually kind of tricky, just in the sense of like, I don't know if it's something with the framing or how sensitive like they made this platform, but I would get clipped every time I try to go through like his what are those things called? like his little towers. Like every time I think I'd be getting it right, like he would just I clip right through him and then get like tagged for it, which didn't make any sense to me. But I mean, this game doesn't make any sense if you know what I mean. Oh man, I'm feeling the fan from this PC and it's so good, dude. I could sleep on this thing. All right, so yeah, he was doing this is another fight that was doing a lot of crazy shit, dodging all those cats, trying to make sure I hit him, and then try not to get hit by that thing right there, like I just did. Lots of crazy things, and then okay, it wasn't until we got to this phase right here. See, look at that. See, so now he's shooting things. I got these ghosts coming out. Yeah, I gotta watch out for those things. You don't know how far they're gonna dip down, dip low, or whatever. I eventually ended up beating him, you know, after I got walloped so many times. And then you got this thing right here shooting those balls. What are they? Blobs, balls, whatever. Shooting those things at you. And then this fight, this phase wasn't crazy. It's just you gotta watch out for like the gun shooting at you. And then when did I get to the last phase? Oh yeah, nothing hurts more than getting to the last phase and then you just end up fucking dying, dude. Like that shit hurts. You know what I mean? Especially in a game like this where like you've been doing it so many times, like, oh, dude, I'm so close. And then you just get completely cocked in the end. Not fun. But yeah, I ended up beating Dimji the Great. If I would have put him in a tier, he's definitely not fraud. Hey, Mr. Xavion, thanks for coming through, brother. You know what I'm saying? If you were new to the channel, subscribe. If you didn't already, join the Discord, and I'll see you in the next video, buddy. Thanks for coming through. Dimji the Great, he was definitely... I put him in the same as, like, C tier. Definitely C tier. Like, he was doing a lot, but it wasn't a lot to the point to where you couldn't, like, keep up with it. You know what I mean? Like, those pyramids, they weren't... Like, there wasn't anything too overwhelming that I felt like, oh, damn, like, I can't beat this fight, dude. Like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. You know, it never got to that point, but, you know what I mean? Sometimes when you lose a lot, it kind of feels that way. All right, who's up next? Let's see. Yeah, I did a lot of running gun stages, and I ended up dying a lot. Oh, who's this right here? Who's this? Come on. Okay, Moonshine Mob. Where are those guys at right here? Moonshine Mob. Where is he? Which one was he? Was it this one? No, that was a DLC boss. Hold on, what? Fucking okay, hold on. Oh no, it was this guy. Oh my gosh. Okay. So funny story about this one, right? Where is he at? He's here somewhere. Where is he? Oh, right here, this guy. Okay, so the funny thing is about this fight was it took me a hell of a long time to actually get it done. And I'm not gonna lie, dude, like this fight was on some very, very like sneaky activities, you know, because check this out. You're about to see right now. Just when I thought I beat him, look at this. See, and I thought I beat him. Look at me in the screen, brother. Look at me at the top, and then I just fucking died. Hold on. Oh, wait, look, okay, hold on, let me go back. Okay, so we get to this fight again, right? This phase is also kind of crazy too. I just kind of stayed to the end right here, and then whenever the reds came around, I just like dodge rolled just to dodge that frame. All right, come on. So yeah, this anteater phase, I literally thought I was about to beat. And then, I mean, I had more lives, didn't I? Okay, so I had 2 lives right here. Oh, so I only had it with 1 life, so that's why I got cooked so hard. Yeah, dude, this crack shot really like saved my butt. Yeah, check this out. I'm gonna beat him eventually. Hold on. Okay, boom. There's the knockout. There's the fake knockout, which I didn't know. And then here this guy comes out of nowhere and just cocks me right there. If you see me in the screen, like at the top right, hold on, let me pull it up. If you see me right here at the top, I'm already thinking that I won, bro. Like you see me wiping my eyes from all the tears because these bosses really like, these bosses really like did a number on my mental. But look, see, I'm crying, tears of joy. And then I look at the chat and there's that look of despair. There's that look right there. I don't even have to turn the sound on for everybody to know. Like, damn, bro. Like, I thought I won and then I just lost. See, look, I'm so dumbfounded. Like, that's how you know. That's how you know. I was shocked. It was a pretty funny moment for the chat, I guess, but it wasn't fun for me. Like, I thought I was gonna win. And then he pulled a Uno reverse on me and just pretty much like watched me cry. And I had to do that whole fight over again, which sucked. I didn't end up beating it that time though, because you know you couldn't trick me once, or you couldn't trick me twice. I'll tell you that much. Oh wait, hold on. I skipped the whole thing. Oh what? Okay, there's a knockout, and then here I am. I'm ready this time. Still on 1 HP. Come on, boy. Yeah, see, I know your tricks. I know. Okay, there you go. Now I really beat him for real. So this fight, I'm gonna put this fight in A tier. No, actually, no. This one was a definite cheek clapper. I'll say this is the first cheek clapper because if you didn't know, like me being a scrub, if I didn't know that there was a secret phase, I would have just assumed that I won. But the fact that I didn't know there's a secret phase, I honestly think that was pretty smart on the developers' part. Just because it's like, okay, we're gonna trick them. They think they won this fight. Boom. You know, think they won and then they get tricked. And it was also my fault because I looked away at the screen. I looked away at the screen too, so that was my fault. But yeah, if you weren't prepared, this one was a cheek clapper just because of that secret phase. So yeah, I mean that's probably the first like real boss I had some trouble with. All right, now who's next? Do I have the parry fights in here? Oh, I do. Okay, so yeah, we can go over this guy too. He wasn't anything crazy either. He was just more so like very difficult to kind of navigate because if you stayed away from him for too long, he would bait you into coming to attack him. So what I did, I tried to parry him as much as I could, but sometimes like the timing just wasn't there. So look, you gotta come in and bait him right there. Then you just gotta wait for the parry. Then that's me being greedy because I thought I could double parry. But I ended up beating him eventually. He's definitely not fraud territory, but I probably put him in like the C tier. What was that guy's name? Hold on. Who is this fraud? No, actually no, he's not a fraud. It doesn't really say. I'm pulling up the wiki right here, but it doesn't really say. I mean, oh no, it's just the Knight. Never mind. His name's the Knight. Okay, yeah, here you go. I found it on the wiki. So yeah, the Knight, I give him C tier. He's not bad. Okay, so what's the next fight? Looks like we're going into part 3. Okay, so the next fight that's going to be on this list. Oh, this one right here. Beppy the Clown. This one was actually pretty difficult. I ain't going to hold you. See, I was wearing the Supreme headband that day and I really thought I was doing something too. Just for me to get clapped up like a million times. See, so because I didn't know you had to shoot the ducks. I'm using the roundabout and then they're also dropping like these fire bulbs. This one was doing a little too much. I'm not going to lie. Like once I got towards like the end of the phase, or the end of the last phase. Hold on. No, it wasn't this phase. There's like 4 fucking phases in this fight, which is actually kind of crazy. It wasn't until I got to where is it? This phase Oh my gosh, dude, this face is going crazy. Look at that. I got like a gazillion things. I'm getting fucking baseball shot at me. The roller coaster's coming. Gotta dodge the penguins. Like this fight was doing a little too much. Like I don't know how many times it took me to beat this, but I freaking hated this boss with a passion. No, you can even look at my face. Just like I'm not even blinking. Like that's how locked in I am. Look at that. That's the face of a man who's seen a lot of deaths. I've seen a lot of deaths in my lifetime, and nothing phases me anymore. So yeah, with this fight, I did end up beating it at some point. I'd probably give this one like an A tier. In terms of difficulty, this one was actually pretty fucking hard. What was his name? Beppy the Clown. He was pretty hard. I will give him that. All right, who's next on the list? Let me pull him up. Yeah, I spent half of my live stream just trying to beat this boss. Oh, who do we got right here? Wallop. Who is this? Wally Warbles? Okay, so that's the woodpecker. All right, let's talk about Wally Warbles. So another like aviary kind of fight. Yeah, see those feathers were doing a lot right there. I mean, my problem is that I didn't shrink. Like I wasn't utilizing my shrink good enough, so I'd be getting like clapped up by a lot of those. And then I think there's one fight at the end. Okay, so yeah, I didn't know right here I had to use my bombs because I didn't know like how the fuck am I supposed to hit this guy? But I guess apparently you have to use your bombs when he's in this phase, and this part isn't bad either. I just didn't know what I was doing, if I'm being honest. I was already, fatigued from my previous fight. Like what's your boy gonna do right here? Okay, so yeah, that's when I realized I had to use the bombs, and then we did end up beating him like pretty shortly after. Like I said, see, he wasn't too crazy of a boss, and look, they're salt and peppering him up. So Wally Warbles, let me pause that. I'm gonna give Wally Warbles he was another B tier fight. Like he wasn't too bad either. Well, he actually was kind of bad. Not in terms of difficulty, but just in terms of like his mechanics. Like he was kind of doing a lot. All right, so who's next? Oh, Grim Matchstick. So what's funny about him is that I actually had somebody on one of my live streams say that Grim Matchstick was their favorite fight. I kid you not. I literally almost blocked that person. Not blocked. I almost put that person on timeout. Like for all that blasphemy. Wait, hold on, chat. Cinnamon Toast Crunch has entered the chat, guys. Gotta have the Cinnamon Toast Crunch in the live streams. But yeah, this guy, Grim Matchsticks, he would probably give me like my most hardest time. This fight was not easy at all. Look at everything he's doing. This part, I mean, once I really got the groove of it, this part wasn't anything crazy. I'll give it to him like this. This part right here, when he's like has his little fireball minions, you would not know where they were gonna jump. So it was kind of like you're taking a gamble. You either jump back, jump forward, and they like anticipate where you're going. Or you just have to make like a last second decision and just kind of like, yeah, kind of time it, but you couldn't really do anything about it. Now, when you get to where's his last phase? Yep, there it is, the Hydra phase. Oh my gosh, dude, this fight, these guys are going brazy. Look at that, because they're shooting all these things, and then what really messed me up, which I kind of realized a little too late into this fight, is that I was using the crack shot, and it would lock onto the attacks and kind of split them up. So that's where I kept getting killed a lot. But man, these guys, they're insane, bro. Like, I'm not even playing with you. Like, Grim Matchsticks, he's definitely like, he's like one of the Grim Reapers of the second aisle. I'll tell you that much for sure. I don't care what anybody says. This guy, he was pretty hard. Now, I didn't end up I beat every boss on this tier list for the most part, due to extreme luck and sheer willpower. Because trust me, it was not easy at all. Hey, then I got cocked right there. See, that's what I'm saying. This guy was doing way too much, bro. When did I end up beating him? Okay, I beat him right here. Okay, check it out. Then if you look at the top right here, I was literally see like 1 life, 2 lives, 1 lives. Check it out. Yeah, I was struggling big time. Like that's how you know, like when you're so close to beating him, like you start choking. At least I did. When I felt like I was that close, I just started choking everywhere. So you know, I was so close. And then yeah, like I said, I did end up beating him eventually. And then once I beat him, look at what your boy does at the top right here. Let's see, hold on. Okay, when I beat him, look at it, look. Your boy had to get up and do a little victory lap real quick. Because how stressful that shit was, dude. Look at that. You know what I mean? Like no boss should be doing this to you. So Grim Matchsticks, dedicated cheek clapper right here. That's the face of a man who, or the face of a dragon who knows how powerful he is, and he will clap those cheeks like he did mine. I will give him that. So we got 2 dedicated cheek clappers up here. These are, I'd probably say these guys are, well, okay, hold on. I'm gonna move down this guy right here. He wasn't a dedicated cheek clapper. I just kind of got caught off guard. But all the dedicated cheek clappers are legitimately like the Grim Reapers of the game. So I'll stay true to that for sure. This guy, he's definitely up there. All right, so who's the next boss on the list? So after we beat Grim Matchsticks, that's when we got into the 3rd aisle. Oh gosh, dude, this fight. Okay, who is this? Who is this? Rumor Honeybottoms right here. Rumor Honeybottoms. Type of dragon you sleep him on sight. Yeah, dude, this fight sucked so hard. I'm not even playing. This fight sucked. So she's doing a lot here too. I mean, I'm dodging all these bee bombs. Just try not to get hit. I keep choking, and then the honey's rising up, dude. It's just way too much going on right here. Now, this is the 3rd aisle, and this is where a lot of the fights start stepping up in difficulty, like to another extreme, where a lot of the platforms are moving, like moving, and then, you know, you make one wrong move, you get caught, and then you drop down, you die from the honey or whatever. Really doing a lot, like really doing the most. I ended up beating this fight eventually too after a long time. Like I said, it took me like half of my playthrough just just to get it done. Okay, where is that footage? And then when she gets into her plane form right here, you gotta literally go from one side of the screen to the next, just to avoid getting hit. Literally one side of the screen to avoid getting hit, which didn't help either because of those dog fists. Oh, and then I got lucky right there. I got lucky. So yeah, I ended up beating Rumor Honeybottoms. She was another A tier fight. Definitely doing a lot for sure. Just going crazy, dude. Like I'm telling you, these aisle 3 fights like really stepped it up in difficulty. Like it's really like I had to challenge your boy, all his skills. Everything I learned previously, I had to like relearn. All right, so now we're gonna go to the next one. Oh, dude. Oh, the fucking Junkyard Jive, baby. I don't know if I want to talk about this one. So the Junkyard Jive, this fight was probably, took me, okay, hold on. I was literally in this shit like half of my 4th playthrough. I'm not even playing. Like, I died so many times with this boss. Like the 1st phase, the 2nd phase, the 3rd phase. And I will tell you this, it's those bombs right there. Those bombs is what got me because they do area damage right there. And that area damage, if you're not ready for it and you just get caught, then it's like, what are you going to do? And then I missed that like a goof. And let's not talk about the last phase. Like that's the real demon of this fight. Oh, where is it? Where is it? Yep, right here. So this guy right here, he's doing all that. So I got all these stones coming at me. I'm trying to dodge them like a madman. I just couldn't do it. And I was legitimately like, this is when my hands, my feet, my fucking nutsack were all sweating with like terror, bro. Because like I was gripping that controller, trying to like really lock in, get my controls down like so tight. Okay, where is it? I got to this fight a handful of times and just lost in the end. See, look at that. I could have parried, but then I didn't. And okay, I was fighting this boss legitly for, hold on. When did I end up beating him? Dude, I fought this boss for an hour and 20 minutes. That's how many times. So think about how many times you'll fight a boss in an hour and 20 minutes. That's how many times I fought this boss. I can't even think of the number, but if it took me an hour and 20 minutes to beat him, then I was in this shit for a minute. That's like probably at least like 20 plus tries. Yeah, I ended up beating him finally. Look at your boy's face right here. Oh, man. The chat was going crazy that night, too. I ain't even playing with you. Like everybody was hyped, even me. So the Junkyard Jive, this one was a dedicated cheek clapper. I'll give you that much. For sure. Dedicated cheek clapper. I'm not going to sit here in front like, okay, I ended up beating the boss. I'm like, oh, no, it wasn't that hard. No, this boss was fucking hard. And I will say that with 100% confidence. I got lucky. All right, so who's next on the list? Oh, okay, we got oh, hey. All right, Captain Briny Beard. This boss wasn't hard at all. I mean, all you really had to do is just watch out for like a couple of like tricks that he had up his sleeve. He wasn't hard. I mean, I'm not going to talk too much about this boss. I mean, he could call upon like some kind of sharks, squids, and then when he gets to this phase, like he's shooting lasers like out of his mouth. As long as you had smoke dash, and I mean, like I said, I got lucky because I had crack shot, so maybe these fights weren't as difficult as they really would have been. But for me, this fight wasn't hard at all. Captain Briny Beard, he was a fraud. Actually, I'm gonna change frauds to fraud alert. Fraud alert right there. Yeah, we got 3 frauds in the building. Who's next? Okay. So now we got this Tom and Jerry ass fight right here. Like I said, this fight wasn't really too crazy either, at least like in the first like 2 phases. He shoots a couple of things at you. What was this fool's name again? Hold on, I got the wiki right here. Werner Werman. He, like I said, this fight was like really reminded me of Tom and Jerry, which is actually one of my favorite cartoons. It's not until you get into the cat right here. Where's he at? Where's he at? Yeah, it's not until you get into this phase where you gotta watch out because those things explode at the bottom and then they catch you off guard. Then he's attacking you from one side of the screen. Then you gotta move from the other side because of the falling like pieces of wood. This fight's just doing a lot, bro. But in terms of difficulty, if you are really paying attention, this fight isn't that hard. I had smoke dash too, so it made the fight kind of easier. But if I had to rank these guys, hold on. Yeah, this Tom and Jerry ass boss, dude. Come on, where's the knockout? Where's the knockout? There you go, the knockout, baby. So if I had to rank Werner Werman, he's a C tier boss. Like I said, these fights aren't anything too crazy. At least this fight right here wasn't doing too much. You just got to be careful because those bomb, like when they shoot the things that hit the bottom, that's when they like disperse and then it'll really catch you off guard. Hey, yo, shout out to everybody who's in the chat right now. You know what I'm saying? We doing a live tier list, baby. First of many, too. I'm going to be doing a lot more of these based off of the games that I play. But I just finished playing Cuphead, so I'm going to run through like all these bosses right now. All right, so who's next? Uh, okay, so we got Sally's stage play right here. With this boss, it was actually pretty cool because she had a secret phase that I didn't even know about until like I already had beat her. And I did beat her at least once. It didn't take me that many tries to beat her, but I did end up like spanking her. Pause. Not like that, but you know, spanked her. Yeah, I ended up beating her pretty easily, and then I didn't know that there was actually a secret phase. So one of the viewers in the chat had actually told me about that, and that's when I started to fight both of them. Where are they at? Yeah, so this is the part where you enter the second phase, the final phase of the secret stage. And I only ended up beating this with Miss Chalice. Yeah, I had to beat this with Miss Chalice because they were doing a little too much. But I thought it was really cool that this is one of the first fights that had like a secret phase that I was able to do. See, boy, got the B- with Miss Chalice, the delicious last course. If I had to rank Sally's, what was her name? Sally's stage play. If I had to rank her, I'll give her an A tier just for the secret phase. I mean, I might be a little biased here, but the secret phase, I actually did like that a lot. All right, so next we have, ooh, okay, we got fine shit right here. Well, what was her name? Cala Maria or Cala Maria? Yeah, dude, that's fine shit right there. This fight was actually so okay in the sense of okay. I'm gonna be honest. If you had to rank Cala Maria, like if you had to give her like a 1 out of 10, what would you give her? I'm gonna be honest, dude. Like Cala Maria, like I might give her like a solid like just like a solid 8. I ain't gonna hold you. I mean, I might be into mermaids. I don't know, but if I came across her, I might fold. I don't know. But yeah, Cala Maria, she was pretty cool as a boss fight. Wasn't too difficult, just kind of annoying in the sense of she had all this going on. She's shooting electric fucking dolphins at me. Like this was such a goofy fight. The one thing that did get me annoyed was so when she goes into like her Medusa phase, like she'll turn you into stone, right? See right there, that, and I didn't know I could actually dodge that until it was too late. And then she'll go into like this final phase where you'll go into like this little like chasm right here, like barnacle chasm, and you have to try and like avoid getting like you have to avoid getting caught by that. See, now this is the most annoying part because she'll shoot that thing right there, I get caught in the stone, then I'll get hit by one of those. It was just too annoying. But yeah, this fight was actually pretty fun. Cala Maria, aka Fine Shit. Like I actually really did like this fight. Now, if I had to give her a ranking, I would probably put this in the I'll have to put this. I'm kind of thinking B tier. Or I could give her the A tier. I'm not too sure. Definitely not a cheek clapper, but I have to give her A tier. Yeah, I'm not gonna do my girl like that. Fine shit, I'll give her A tier. Honestly, like the hardest part about this fight was just getting caught by the by like her eye beams that turned you into stone. That was the only like bad thing about that. Okay, now this guy, whatever his fucking name was. Okay, so the Phantom Express. Where's he at? Okay, so this fight is borderline impossible to do without roundabout. And I didn't even know that. Because if I'm using crack shot, then I'm just hitting all the eyeballs. But roundabout, it doesn't really matter. It's just going back and forth. And then you have this pumpkin up here you got to be careful about, because if it hits you closer, then you're probably more than likely going to get caught by one of those eyeballs. I just got lucky right there and didn't even get caught. But it will happen, and it can and it will happen. His second phase with this fight was really easy too, or this part of the fight. Just really had to control like the car at that point. The third phase is really easy to cheese. All you had to do is just super one of the heads. You're good. Now, when it came to this last phase, hold on, where is it? Yeah, so this last phase, you had to like hit his tail and then watch out for like these hearts and these bones and stuff. This fight wasn't doing anything crazy. It's just you got to really be careful about, making sure you're looking at everything. A lot of these fights are so multi-dimensional in the sense of if you're not on the lookout, like you're going to get caught by something. And sometimes I don't even know if RNG is really a part of this game, but you'll have instances where you'll get caught in a position to where you just can't get out of for whatever reason, no matter what you did. It didn't feel like that in this fight. And I'm going to bring that point back up soon. It didn't feel like that in this fight. It's just, if I wasn't using Roundabout, I probably wouldn't have beat it. Like Roundabout really did like save my tail in this fight. But for him, I give him B tier. He's not an A tier. He's not a C tier fight. He's just a B tier fight. Not much to say about him. Okay, so now right here, I'm going to have all of the, oh, so these are all of the dice fights. Okay, so this one, we got a lot to talk about here. So the dice fights, right? What I didn't know is that whatever number you hit, that's what goes down at the in the background right there. So you hit a certain number, you fight a certain boss, or you get like an extra heart. So this guy right here, the cigar guy, he's really easy with Roundabout. See, me being an idiot, I just kind of used the crack shot to pretty much like try and get through this, but it wasn't gonna happen because kind of kept locking on to everything else that I didn't want it to. So the cigar guy, I'd probably give him, he's a C tier fight. No, not even C tier. This is a fraud alert right here. He's so easy to cheese. I mean, all I had to do is really dash from platform to platform and just keep hitting him. He's definitely a fraud fight right there. Now, a lot of these other fights are kind of crazy. Who's next? Come on, load. Now these martini drinks. Like I said, another fight where if you're not paying attention, it's easy for you to get caught. Another fight, it's easy for you to get caught. Oh, where are they? So yeah, this is the Tipsy Troop. They weren't really too hard. Not a fraudulent fight for sure, but a C tier in the sense of you will get caught if you're not paying attention. All right, who's next on this list? So we got the Chips Badigan. This fight was easy. I'm not even going to talk about it. This is another fraud alert fight right there. Like, he shouldn't even, for the type of fight that this was, he shouldn't even be making that face. Like, he's looking real devious right here. Like, I'm going to need you to stop. Wipe that smirk off your face, bud. You're not it. Like, this is too easy. It's like a typical platformer, dodge, shoot kind of thing right here. Like, it wasn't anything crazy. All right, who's next? I know I had to do this a couple of times because I didn't really know like exactly how I was going to beat it. Okay, so what do we have here? This is Fear Lap. You know, is the name Fear Lap? This fight, I mean, none of these little mini bosses right here are too crazy. I mean, I can kind of remember who did what. C tier. The dice, this was kind of C tier. The rabbit was a fraud alert. I never ended up fighting this boss right here, or this mini boss, so I don't really know. So I'm gonna just go ahead and I'm gonna assume she's another fraud alert. Fraud alert. The monkey fight was actually pretty hard. Where did I fight that boss? Oh, right here. So what I didn't know is I had to parry all the cards, and then if I parried all of them, then I ended up fighting this guy. But he just kept getting faster and faster. The monkey fight is probably the hardest out of all these bosses. So for him, I'd give just this mini boss alone, I'd give him the A tier. I didn't really know like what the fuck I was doing, if I'm being honest. Like, okay, you had to parry the cards. Like, who's gonna know that? And then he was just like going around the map, just going brazy. Now we'll skip ahead to. Gosh, I was doing this like my whole playthrough. Okay. So now we're getting into this guy, Mr. Dice Man right here. He kind of made himself look like he was gonna be like the baddest villain in the game, but really, he was low key on fraud alert. Because all I really had to do was just, and he was so easy to cheese if you're looking at it. Like I didn't know you could do this, but if you stand behind his glove, in all actuality, you just use crack shot, and then you can easily just end up hitting him. Then again, I don't know. Like I don't think anybody else could have done this because the DLC wasn't out at the time. But a lot of people might have played this game. But at least I know for me, like this is an easy exploit. All you really have to do is just parry the cards. Which I mean, if you're not good at parrying, you weren't gonna do it. But this fight right here wasn't too crazy for me. Like I beat it pretty easily. I think I beat it like on my second attempt. Now, if I had to rank this guy, he's more of like a. So okay, here's the thing about the Dice Man. Let me actually get his real name. King Dice. Here's the thing about King Dice. King Dice, he himself is not a hard boss. It's just all the hoops you got to jump through just to get to him. Like you got to go through the whole board. You got to make sure you don't start over. First of all, you got to fight all of his little henchmen that were pretty butt cheeks. King Dice himself, like you just had to parry the cards and then make sure you didn't get like clapped up by them. And parrying was like pretty easy at that point. It's like second nature. So if I'm gonna give King Dice a rating, I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like I'm putting him on fraud alert. Like I know he was the main boss of the game, but this guy, dude, his fight was not it. I'm just letting you know, like it was not it at all. This is one of the few fights I didn't even really have to do too many times. So like I was like struggling and really like, getting irritated. It's just, it took a while just to get to him. Like I had to go through all of his other lackeys just to do it. But man, once he got to this guy, he was a little underwhelming. I'm not gonna hold you. Like I thought he would have been doing a lot more to make this like even more difficult. But yeah, King Dice is going on fraud alert. Like like if he's supposed to be the second in command to the devil, then devil does not know how to pick his henchmen. I'm just being honest. So now talking about the devil, this guy now we're about to get into some fun right here because this guy, oh man, I fought him. So okay, check this out. Just this playthrough alone, I fought him and died so many times I had to end the stream on a death because Brody was just doing way too much. Like okay, so he has that attack right there, which if you don't dodge like in time, you're gonna get clipped. Like you will get clipped. It happened to me a couple of times, even with Smoke Dash. I got clipped. Then you have all these little devils running on the screen, and if he does his snake attack, and you have a devil guy that's coming from that same end of the screen, like you might as well just chalk it up to the game at that point because you're gonna get hit. Like I've tried to dodge it, you can't. Yeah, that's just bad. Like like I said, I don't know if RNG is a thing in this game. This is bad timing, I guess. And it got to a point to where like if I messed up on something stupid, I just started restarting. Like it's not even any point. Yeah, the devil, he gave me like my first like legit challenge. Like, bro, like how the fuck am I going to beat this guy? Okay, then we get to the second phase. Well, second phase. Okay, so yeah, I get to the second phase. And then this is where you would have to end up like shooting him in his face or in his eyes. But also you got to make sure you dodge that hammer because It's pretty like exploitable once you know like where to stand, because it does like a little area thing. So you stand in that one spot, like you'll be good. Watch out for the falling chips, and then you have to parry that bomb that's right there. So that bomb that's coming out, you have to parry that, because if you don't, that thing's gonna blow up half of that side of the screen, and there's nothing you can fucking do about it. So yeah, then I got to this phase, and I was like, dude, how the fuck am I supposed to beat this? Because you got two guys shooting skulls at you. You had chips falling. Had those things coming at you, those blue things. Like, it was just a mess, man. Like, I kid you not, I died to the devil so many times. Like, I just like, dude, like, how the fuck does anybody beat this? And you know, it's like you get so close to beating a boss, and then, you know, once you die, you see how close you really were. Like, it hurts, man. That hurts. You know, like, I was going so hard, I was so focused, and then like I just fucking I failed at the end. I'd probably say in terms of difficulty, the devil really was like a very well executed boss fight. And a lot of people were saying like, "Oh, the devil's easy. Like, how are you losing?" Like, all right, calm down, you fucking goobers. Like, this is a blind playthrough. All right, like let's chill. You know, this is my first time getting this far, and honestly, I think I did a pretty good job. You know, it took a lot of trial and error, a lot of deaths, a lot of heartache. Look at that. See, all I had to do is just face down. Let's relook at that. Let's look at that again. Despair. That's what you call despair. See, like I said, it took me all this, like the rest of my whole playthrough. There was one point I got to the end. What I got to the end at one point. See, when I die, I pretty much I'm just like I just sit back in my chair and I'm just like, fuck, man. Where was it when I got to the end at that point? Was it in this? It had to have been in this one, because I destroyed him in my second one for sure. Well, I mean, at least I can say in this playthrough right here, I only made it to this third phase, or the final phase, once. And then I think it was this second attempt right here where I completely rinsed him. Like, I was doing good. All right, check me out. Okay, I'm gonna skip a little bit. So yeah, you don't parry that bomb, like that half of the screen is going bye-bye. Then I get to this part right here, and then this is where those things start coming in where they're shooting at you both ways. And what I figured out was you have to take them down while also trying to just be wary of everything that's happening. I mean, good thing is you can shoot those things and they come back. And then it gets to a point to where you get to this final phase, and then you got to watch out the tears, get the chips. And this is where your boy beat the devil, man. Oh, I was so geeked, bro. I still remember that. I was so geeked. Look at me punching the screen like this. Do it again. That's how hype you. That's how you gotta be. You gotta be around hype man sometimes, you know. I mean, everybody in the chat, like, they really did like cheer me on. And then the funny thing is, okay, you see that right there? I got an A on that fight. As many times as I died the other day, I got an A in this fight. One of the hardest fights in the game, I got a fucking A on it, which is crazy. I don't know how I do it sometimes. I'm gonna be honest, chat. I don't know how I do it. So if I were to put the devil, this guy's dedicated cheek clapper, dude. Like, I'm not even gonna sit here in front. Like, dedicated cheek. Like, he claps cheeks for a living. For that right there, the devil. That guy really. You ever heard that term, like, applied belt to ass? That's the devil, belt to ass, buddy. Bent me over the knee and disciplined me. Man, that's a fight to remember. I was so geeked when I beat him. All right, so now this is when we get into the DLC. There's a boss that I fought in one of these playthroughs. Man, I really should have uploaded just the actual boss fights. I'm tripping right now. Okay, who do we have here? What's this guy's name? Okay, hold on. Esther Winchester. Yeah, I can't even say that. My list. Esther Winchester. Gosh, dude, say that 5 times fast. So this fight, this is one of the many DLC fights that I went through. Kind of crazy. I mean, as you can see, everything going on, sucking up all the cash. Low-key sucking me up at the same time, but I'm not going for it. Having to dodge all those piles of money. It wasn't until I got to like this phase right here, this wiener phase, bro. It's like, okay, gotta go in between them. Just doing too much, man. And I died. I did end up beating her. Took me a while, but not as much as like some other fights. A lot of fights in this game are very tedious, while some are just like annoying for the sake of being annoying. This fight was kind of tedious. Like not too much going on, but just enough to where you kind of figure like, okay, as long as I'm doing this, I can focus pretty well. So yeah, I did end up beating this fight. Come on, where's the knockout? Show me the knockout. Knockout. There you go. Look at your boy's face. Oh, this. Yeah, we was going brazy. So Esther Winchester. Where'd she go? Oh, this is a B tier fight for sure. Definitely B tier. All right, who's next? There was another fight that I did earlier. I gotta find that. Okay, so this guy, who is he? Glumstone the Giant. With him, he wasn't really that hard at all. If I'm being honest, like, yeah, he was doing a little bit too much, but he wasn't hard. You just had to make sure you got your platforming right, or else, like, you would end up getting caught for sure. His final phase was, you end up getting swallowed, and then you get taken into his insides. Like I said, this fight wasn't too crazy. I don't really have much to say about it because it was pretty easy. He's not fraud alert, but he's definitely C tier. Glumstone the Giant, definitely a C tier boss. I will say that for a fact. All right, who's next on the list? Okay, so this fight right here is like another parry challenge. Yeah, this one wasn't too crazy either, just a lot of parrying. I mean, these parry challenges, I'm not gonna go too in depth with them, but this is like a C tier fight. I'm just be honest. Oh, okay, then we got another parry challenge. Basically like you're playing volleyball. Like you're trying to parry all those attacks into him. Another C tier. I mean, these fights definitely aren't fraud alert at all, but they're kind of teetering on the edge of being fraud alert without really being frauds. You know what I mean? Now, okay, so who's the next real boss that I fought in this game? Oh man, this guy right here. Hold on, who was this? Oh man, what was his name? Mortimer Freeze. All right, let me tell you about this guy. Mortimer Freeze, you gotta put some fucking respect on him. I'm gonna just go ahead and put him in the A tier phase. Put some respect on this fucking guy, dude, because it wasn't even more so him. It was like these little ice cream cones, like these popsicles. Where are they at? They come in the second phase. Yeah, it's those popsicles right there that end up like just coming out of nowhere and like completely like cucking me. This is probably like one of those gatekeeper phases to where if you weren't like literally really looking out for these guys and the swords, then you're gonna get caught like very, very easily. Like you could get caught so hard. Took me like the rest of my playthrough and then into the next playthrough for me to actually beat him, which is how hard he was. No, actually no, I'll give him the cheek clapper title. Because he beat me like way too many times. Way too many times. Really, real dedicated cheek clapper. I'll give him that one for sure. Okay, so the next... Okay, so we got this fight right here. Yeah, so okay, I did end up beating him the next time around. Honestly, I didn't think I was gonna do it. He was doing way too much. He was going way too brazy. I really didn't think I was gonna do it, guys. See, like I almost died right there too. That's the crazy part. Yeah, he was doing way too much, man. Jeez Louise. Yeah, so we didn't. We got him. Okay, so now it's this fight. Who are these guys again? Oh no. Okay, so we got another parry challenge. Like I said, parry challenges, they're all going C tier. Is this another parry challenge right here? Yeah, that looked like a parry challenge. Let's go on C tier. Okay, so now we have this fight right here with the Howling Aces. Now, the Howling Aces, this is like another secret boss fight that I'm actually kind of glad I did. It wasn't until you got to this phase where there was actually going crazy. Oh, no, actually, I'll tell you the real phase where they started going crazy. Like when I got to this point, I was like, all right, come on, guys. Like who the fuck thought of this? Like what whoever the developer was at Cuphead for this fight, I'm like, come on, dude. Like what the fuck? So you have these beams that are coming at you, and you pretty much got to dodge them to whatever angle. And look, this shit turns fucking sideways. Like, how the fuck am I supposed to, you know what I mean? Like, you know, the controls are already flipped over, so it's like, your boy had to improvise. Okay, hold on, where am I at? Where am I at? What do I do? Okay. So I was right here again. I was ready for it too. I was ready this time. It was not going to catch me off guard again. So see, your boy actually had to get up and then face the screen a different way. Then we ended up getting the fucking knockout. I know in one of these fights, the shit turns upside down. Oh yeah, right here. Okay, let's go back. Yeah, so the fight, I'm up here is looking sideways, right? Looking like a fucking goofball. And then look, it's turned upside down. So I'm like, you see my face? I'm like, bro, how I can't compete with that. You know what I mean? Like when you turn the shit upside down, it's like, bro, like what do you even do at that point? Look, now I gotta look at it from the other side, looking like a complete goofball. But yeah, we ended up beating the fight, and then we ended up getting the secret phase too. Where is it? Yeah, so right here we did end up getting the secret phase as well. This one took a long time to beat. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't know what was taking so long, but we beat it. So this phase, I'm definitely giving the dogfight phase an A tier just because of like the shenanigans that it was pulling. Like, bro, like let's be real for a second, right? Let's just be real. Hold on, let me go back to it. Where's it at? I just had it. Come on. Where is it? No, that was a secret boss fight. Why can't I find it no more? Oh, because it was way back here. Like, okay, let's just be real for a second, guys. Like, if we're being real, right? Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do right here? You think look at that? You think I was ready for that? You would think I was ready for that. No, I wasn't ready because I fucking died. That's why. Now we finna hit it back again, right? So look, okay, look, your boy. Like I said before, your boy was locked in. Already knew what was coming, right? Okay, check it out. All right, boom, she flips the script on me. So your boy gets up. I'm ready for it this time, right? So I'm looking sideways right here. The fuck is this shit? First of all, I'm over here looking sideways. And then they flip the bitch again. Like, how can you I can't compete with that. But look at my face, bro. That's how you know that's some bullshit. I can't compete with that. I flipped it over, turned it upside down. Like, I can't just flip up on my head, you know? Like I can't look at it like that. So that's why I think that fight deserved the A tier. It was definitely different and very unexpected, and I kind of liked it. Pause. All right, and then the only fight I didn't get to was this devil and angel fight because I couldn't figure out the puzzle, dude. Like me in the chat, we spent at least like 30 minutes trying to figure it out and nobody could do it. So that's the one fight I didn't do. So I can't accurately rank that one. I'm sorry. But let me tell you. You guys ready for the delicious last course? Because here it comes with this fucking guy right here. Salt Baker's Bakery. Now, as you can see, where is it? See, so in the corner, you have your boy Mugman. Over here, he got captured because he was caught lacking. And then you got Salt Baker. Look at that. So he's this guy, he's the definition of doing too much. He's tossing limes back and forth. He's got the sugar cubes coming in. This little fire guy right here is just there. You know what I'm saying? Just there trying to catch me off guard. And you got the strawberries and you got the cookies. This guy was just throwing way too many dishes at me at one time. But I can say he really was whipping it in the kitchen though. If you see what he's doing in the background, look at that, dude. He's going mad. Look at that. He's dicing up the limes in one go, slicing them up, and just throwing them out there, dude. He did that shit in like 2 swoops. You know, so I can applaud that for sure. Look at that. Look what he did to the sugar cube. Look at that. Look at sugar. Let's go back. Let's look at him. Look at him. He's a madman. Look at sugar. No. Ah! He turns them into cubes, bro. Hey, that's that's like a crime against sugar cubes. Crime against sugar. Look at that. He's probably just enjoying himself. Oh, then he got turned. You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy had to be stopped, bro. This guy was a menace. And then, so this fight took me literally this fight took me all the way up to the end of my stream, bro. That's how crazy that shit was. And then, so I get to this phase. And it took me a while to really figure out like what exactly I should do, but in time I got it down. Just got to pretty much shoot the salt and the peppers and they hit him while also dodging these leaves. And it's a lot at first, but once you really know like when to dodge and when to move, that's when you can get it down for sure. So yeah, then you get to this phase where you're dodging like the sand. If you get too close to these guys, they kind of have like a little bit of a area damage kind of deal. Like I got hit pretty easy in this fight, but after a while you kind of just like get used to how they move. See, I got hit right there. Now at this point, this is where I didn't even know how bad it would get. See, so that's when I got to the last phase and I just died. Lord knows I didn't know what was coming. After that, let me skip to the last phases. So yeah, then at this point, this is when you pretty much have to like fight the heart or his heart, and then you also got to make sure you don't fall, but at the same time, make sure like you're actually actively hitting him and like parrying him if you want to get your super. Now I'm gonna put somebody in my chat on blast. I mean, I don't think he's in here right now, but I had a viewer the other night that told me, he was like, bro, you just got to parry the heart, bro. Like, parry the heart. So that's exactly what I did. I kept parrying. Oh, where is that footage? I'm going to pull it up. Like, I did. I kept parrying the heart, and it wasn't this one. Was this the one? No, this couldn't have been the one. Was it? Yeah, this is the one. I kept parrying the heart, thinking like I'm actually about to do some damage. And then come to find out, I didn't even have to parry the heart. It's just I had to shoot him. And I kid you not, like when I found that out, dude, I had to kick that viewer from the chat. Like I had to put him on timeout. He's like, bro, just parry the heart, bro, and you'll win. This is exactly what I was doing. And see, I wasn't shooting like a complete scrub. And I'm pretty sure people were like, what the fuck is this guy doing? But yeah, eventually I had to put that person on timeout because of the fuckery that he was like, bro, like he told me to literally parry. I parried. I wasn't even close, dude. So I had to put that person on timeout, and I hope he learned his lesson, because if it happens again, I'll probably put you on timeout for like a whole day, if I'm being honest. Yeah, and then after that, it's just when like I started losing it, bro, because this fight was just complete BS. It wasn't. It was just annoying because you get so close to the end, and then see, you know what I'm saying, you just die. Now, if I had to rank this guy, where did I actually end up beating him? Okay, so we're gonna skip to this run right here because this is the run where I actually beat this guy, and I was actually going a little brazy because now I have my my crack shot, which is actually really perfect for this fight, and also trying to parry him at the same time, but really waiting for like the right time to parry. I eventually ended up beating him, but it's just like I literally almost died in this fight too. Like that's how crazy it is. And also another thing that messed me up in this fight too is that sometimes I would overestimate like the double jumps and like the single jumps. Like for some of those platforms, I only needed a double jump, and some of them I only needed a single jump. And sometimes I would overdo it and then end up like costing me a life. See right here, I'm playing it dumb safe. Like I'm playing super duper safe. And also like if I needed to parry the heart, I would. Sometimes I didn't, but if I really, really needed to parry the heart, I would. And yeah, eventually I did end up beating him. Where's the victory? There you go. Boom, I got the knockout. And honestly, this fight brought me to the brink of tears. If you see this, look at this. Like your boy was legitimately crying real tears. And there's very few video games that have made me cry out of sheer like difficulty, and this is one of them. Like, you guys don't know how many times, like, if you weren't watching the live stream, you don't know how many times I made it to the end, literally thinking I was going to win just to fuck up and have to do it all over again. Like, that hurts. And the thing is, this was probably the hardest boss for me, and I got an A-, bro. Like, for everybody who's looking right now, can you see that A- on the screen? I don't know. I don't know how the fuck I got that, but I got it, so that's all that matters. So if I had to rank Salt Baker, this guy definitely dedicated cheek clapper. Definitely a cheek clapper for sure. Like if you want to fight, that's definitely gonna. If you want a boss that's gonna spread your cheeks open and just give you the business, it's 1, 2, 3. It's these 5 right here. Hey, you know, if I'm wrong, let me know in the comment section if I'm wrong. If any fight was any easier for you, let me know, because I'm curious and I want to see the footage. I have the footage. I have the proof. If you're telling me that a boss for you wasn't hard and you don't have the proof, then it's cap. It's cap. But I can tell you what fight was hard for me and what wasn't because I have the proof. But yeah, so that's pretty much every boss that I fought. Like I said, I'm gonna be getting my I'm still trying to set up my PS5 to where I could have it stream off of here. But the best I could do today, like I spent mainly the whole day like getting my BIOS for my computer. I can't talk. Getting the BIOS for my PC, and then also getting Windows 11 set up and everything. Like it should took me like a whole day. But yeah, I'm definitely going to try and have my PS5 up and running by the end of the week because Elden Ring Night Rain comes out, and I've been wanting to play that game on stream since the day it came out. So I'll definitely get to it for sure. But yeah, this is the end of the Cuphead bosses tier list. Let me know what you guys think. If you disagree with anything that I've put down, let's talk about it, you know? Let's fight about it in the comment section because I'm ready. I have the proof, bud. You can't tell me nothing. But yeah, thank you everybody for coming through to the stream. I'm going to be trying to do these more often. Just do like live stream tier lists. If it's warranted, I'll do a live stream. But more times than often, I will be doing like tier list live streams. If some videos don't require a live stream, I'm not going to do it. But thank you everybody for being here. Like I said, I'll try to be back up and running tomorrow. And if I'm not, then I'll probably be doing like another tier list just to pass time. Because I don't want to be like not just dropping videos, you know? Oh, you know what I should do? I should do the Bloodborne tier list. I think that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to do a Bloodborne tier list tomorrow. Yeah, I got to do the Bloodborne tier list. I did tell people in the chat I was going to do that. So that's what I'll do. But yeah, thank you everybody for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Join the Discord if you haven't already. And yeah, you know, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.